Uktzim Perikim Mishnah Vav. We're on the 6th Mishnah of the 3rd chapter, Masechet Uktzim. So we talked in the last Mishnah about spices which are used in food but are really not edible in and of themselves. Now we're going to have an example of things that are food but are just they don't become really, they're not really edible. Nonetheless, the question is, are they matame tumat ochlin or not? Hapagin va'aboser. Pagin va'aboser. Pagin are te'inim shelo nitbashlu. They are te'inim are dates. Figs. Figs shelo nitbashlu. I always mix that up. Te'inim. The way I always remember in my head. Tamar is a date because you would go on a date with Tamar. So te'inim are the other one, the figs. Figs shelo nitbashlu. They didn't ripen. Kidichtiv v'te'ina chanta pageha. Right? That's the pasuk in Shir Hashirim. You can all look it up. Shir Hashirim bet. The fig chanta pageha. Lechnot, I think it means like it watered or sustained. It's pagim. Pagim are unripened figs. Okay. It's unripe fruit. There are certain fruits that on the vine or on the tree, they just never form. They're unripened and they're not, so they would not waste anything. So the question is, would they eat them? They would use them in some way. Boser, anavim shalodit bashu. Boser is the same thing. It's grapes that aren't ripened. Okay, umishigiu liot kepul halavan, when they are the size of a small bean, nikuim boser. They're called boser. Pagim gruim mi boser. Pagim are worse than boser. Now, I think it's talking about. My understanding is it's talking about fruits that are not going to ripen. But maybe it's talking about fruits that also haven't ripened yet. Unclear. Anyway, Rabbi Akiva omer mitame tumat ochlim. Rabbi Akiva mitame tumat ochlim. Rabbi Akiva is mitame. He says they are tam. They have the possibility of becoming tumat ochlim. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri omer. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says yes, they are food, but when mishiavo leonata ma'asrot. Right? When they reach the season of Ma'asrot. I mean, if you look in the Mishnah in Ma'asrot, the Kahati quotes it for you, Mishnah Ma'asrot, Perak Aleph, Mishnah Bet. So every fruit has its time at which it becomes Chayav in Ma'asrot. Okay? And the grapes, for example, are when Mishehiv Ishu, when they ripen up to a certain point, when they mature up to a certain point. So therefore, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says, yes, it is food, but it's only food when the rest of the grapes become food as well, or the rest of the figs become food as well. Bartunera says, we don't, ein alachak Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Pritzei, zeitim, v'anavim, what are pritzim? Shenit kashu kodem bishulan, they harden before they ripen. Ve'endi frachim bebeit habad, they don't soften in the beit habad. So that actually gives indication that the pagim are the unripened ones if you pick them, but they could ripen theoretically. So these are the pritzim, are the ones that are never going to ripen. Beit Shammai and Beit Shammai says tamei, there are food. Beit Hillel says no, they're not food. HaKetzach, the Bartudura says is Nail belaz. What is Nail? Zera shachorhu. It's a kind of black seed. So if you look at the English, he explains it's like black cumin. They would put it in the bread. If you never have heartburn, is black cumin good for heartburn? I don't know, but now you're learning medicinal food supplements from the time of the Mishnah. So this stuff, you would put it in food, but is it food? So Beit Shammai mitari. Beit Shammai says it's not food. It cannot become tameh. Beit Hillel mitamin. Beit Hillel says it is tameh. V'chein l'maso. And the same machloket. Beit Shammai says it's not food, so you can't use it. You don't have to take off. You don't have to designate truma to masrot. And Beit Hillel says it is food, so you do. All right, we'll stop here. Dedicate our learning. Remember my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.